Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and happy Friday everyone. Okay, so this has kind of been a little bit, I'm filming this early this week, mostly because I was gearing up for my first in-person class was last Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so last week, and that you're watching this. And I wanted to kind of film this a little bit early, mostly because I need a week of it's an interesting thing, not really a break, because I really truly get re-energized by what I do for the channel, and sewing is my mental health, and yeah, so it's not really a break, but I've been a little bit out of the creative space just because I was doing all the last minute tie-ins and stuff. You know, we got back from vacation and then I was doing all the last minute tie-in stuff to the class. So I need a week of just me in my sewing room. All these things I've been talking about, just sewing them. Turning on something on TV or putting a book on tape or an audio recording or a podcast or whatever in my ears and just creating. So while you're watching this on Friday, I'm actually filming this on Sunday. So hopefully by the time you're watching this, I have had a week of nothing but sewing. Maybe some knitting in the evenings, maybe even a little spinning if we're gonna get crazy, because I'm gonna have to gear up again next week for getting things ready for my second class. So very exciting. But I do have exciting videos coming to you next week that I think you guys are really going to enjoy. But for this week, I had the Legato jeans that got released on Tuesday. Those are still on sale right now. And then I've been doing some fabric shopping. I have 2 fabric shop hauls that I wanted to share with you. But before we get into, so that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna show you some fabric I bought recently from 2 different shops, and then kind of my thoughts. I've got plans for all of it. So I actually had forethought when I was buying these things, so kind of go through all of that. Do I need more fabric? Absolutely not. But I do actually have plans for everything. So I'm gonna kind of talk you through it a little bit. I'm sure you'll see these things coming up in other types of videos, but just kind of wanted to show you what I got. I think that's always kind of fun to see what people are buying and for what purpose. But today's Friday, and today's Feature Friday pattern is excellent. It is it's a Love Notions Feature Friday. So today only, and today is the 28th of October. Is that right? Yep. October 28th, for $5 only, you can get the Resolution bottoms from Love Notions. Now, I have only ever made the jogger version of this pattern, but it comes with a lot of different options. I make the jogger version, though, in a kind of legging material to recreate a pair of Lululemon joggers that my sister had on. It's such a great pattern for that. I've also used the Resolution bottoms. In fact, I'm getting ready to make a second pair in another color of fabric, but I've also used this pattern for pajama bottoms. I had the Breckenridge Henley pictures up last week, and all of those were actually paired with the Resolution joggers. So I've made 2 pairs for my daughter and a pair for myself as far as sleepwear is concerned, and they're just wonderful. They're just very comfortable, and I personally like a jogger better on my body than a legging, although this pattern does include a legging style as well. So there are quite a few options. I think there's like a yoga, like flared kind of leg. I don't know, I'll have the drawing up here. But I've only ever made the joggers of this, and it's a really good one. I just really love how they turn out every single time. So $5 today only. You can use Tomcat 10 for an additional 10% off, and yeah, go have a little bit of shop with that. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to decide which ones I'm going to do first. So, like I said, I had my class last week, and part of that experience was on the Friday night of the class. There is a local to me quilting shop called True Cotton here in Carmel. The most adorable, we have a street in Carmel that is old residential or homes that have been turned into commercial properties. So you've got, like, you know, lawyers or have offices in them, hairstylists. There's a tattoo parlor in one, you know, just different types of, you know, land surveying, you know, different types of offices, but they're in these little homes. And then there are some that are retail. And this little True Cotton is in an old home that they've turned into this little quilting shop. It's just an adorable little shop. And they were actually the ones that got the fabric for me that I put into the supply kits for the classes. We used the Robert Kaufman Essex, which is a cotton linen blend, to make our Cashmere Vernon shirts, which was the pattern I used. It was just a base. The class is just a shirt making class. We just happened to be using the Cashmere Vernon for that. But anyway, we went and they had a little reception for us, a little open house. And so we went and after class on Friday and did some shopping, and they carry all of the designer quilting cottons, which some of them, if you are a quilter, you know some of those are almost cotton lawn weight. Like they're just a really lightweight, a little tightly woven. They have like the Ruby Star Society fabrics. They have is it Kaffe Fasset? Is that how you say his name? Or is it Kaffe Fasset? Designer. They had, his stuff's just gorgeous. They carry the cotton and steel, Warp and Weft. They had a ton of beautiful batiks, hand-dyed batiks, amongst other things, Moda, they had a lot of that kind of stuff. So I was just helping people pick out, because we had just, gotten quite a ways through our shirts by this point on Friday. So helping people pick out some things that would be appropriate for a button-up shirt. And I did a little shopping myself. But, and I guess I'll show you that haul first. But before that, I got suckered into, so I was, it may have been Instagram, and the fabric store down in New Zealand had posted that they were having a 30% off sale on some of their merino wool. And you guys know that I love their merino wool. And I've got some in my stash in a couple of colors. Anyway, so I was like, I'm just gonna go have a look. So I went, and I think they had they may still be having the sale, I'm not sure. I'll link them down below, their site down below. But they had I don't know, 7 or 8 colors, just 7 or 8 colors that were on sale, 30% off. And I bet of those 7 or 8 colors, 6 of them were in my color palette. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's 30% off. Anyway, I bought 4. And then while I was there, I was just looking, I needed the free shipping. I'm not even sure what their free shipping threshold is. I think in my head, I was like, well, let's just go look at what's the sale and all that kind of thing. So I bought a couple of things that were also on sale. And then one item that actually it has some spots, I think, on the yardage. So they were selling that at a discount. But the fabric store has given me a coupon code good from now until the end of December for 10% off, and it is Tomcat 10, very easy. Tomcat 10 will get you 10% off at the fabric store. Wherever you live in the world, and I need to look. I'm not sure what their cutoff is for free shipping. I always hit it though. Whatever that is. I just always hit the free shipping mark, but they send via DHL, and it was at my door 3-4 days after I'd placed the order. So I also have a few things and I have purpose for all the things that I did buy, but that is also kind of what happened. So actually I think I'm going to show you that first, because I actually ordered that first, and then I'll show you the True Cotton stuff. Okay, and I even did a little unboxing in my class, because Friday during our class I got the notification that it was being delivered. I was like, my fabric store order is being delivered, and everyone's like, bring it in tomorrow. So I did on Saturday, and we all had a look at it. Mostly because I wanted them to see, I get so many questions on the merino jersey, kind of what that felt like, and yeah, I think that was good. All right, so let's look at my merino wools. So these are all their premium merino jerseys. They're a lightweight merino jersey knit. They are fantastic. They are not inexpensive, although 30% off obviously makes it much better. But they are just, look at that color. I really do enjoy wearing and working with merino. And here's why. So the athletic merino that I showed you guys on last Friday's video was actually a merino nylon. So that's a little bit more for active wear, because the nylon gives it durability. This is just the merino and spandex. I think there has to be spandex in this, because it's pretty stretchy. Yeah, I feel like because it's got pretty good recovery, but it is, merino in and of itself is antimicrobial and naturally wicking. So it's fantastic as a base layer. I love this stuff. I have a couple of base layer turtlenecks that are made out of this fabric that are fantastic. I have a t-shirt made out of this fabric that is great by itself or as a base layer because of the nature of the merino, it being a natural fabric. It's, okay, sorry. It is great for warm weather or cool weather. So I've got tank tops that I wear in the summer because it's naturally wicking. So it pulls that moisture away, and antimicrobial so it doesn't smell. And I wash, when I buy my yardage, I wash and dry it even. on a delicate dry. And then from that point, I just wash and air dry my things because I don't want them to felt or shrink. But I do put it in the dryer just for that first. It changes the hand. So I'm sure it is felting it a little bit, but and it shrinks up a little, but it's worth it to me just in case the garment gets stuck in the dryer accidentally. So I got 4 colors. I got this beautiful brick color. I think it was called brick. Beautiful brick color. I bought this wonderful guava color, which is, I don't know, it may be a little dustier for me, but I think it's my warm pink. I think it works. I got 2 meters of each of these. These 2 colors here I'm really excited about. I got it in olive. Yes, this is definitely one of mine. And lemongrass. Isn't that stunning? I love that color. This is my favorite one, I think, color-wise, just because it's so fun and different. I got 2 meters of each. I kind of thought about doing a Love Notions title dress out of one and making like a sweater knit dress. Now this is a little bit thin. So we were talking about this in my class. Like, is it too thin for a dress? You know, and I don't know. Like, maybe it would be a little too thin for winter as a dress. Yeah, I'm trying to look at it. So I don't know. These may all just end up being tops. Just kind of lightweight sweaters that I can wear with things or layers. I might do a cardigan out of one. Maybe something kind of boxy and oversized, just as kind of loungewear. Loungewear. I wonder if I could do a pair of joggers, the Resolution joggers out of a pair. And because, you know, the sweater knit pants are so in right now. Oh, that could be really cute too. That could be really cute. As like lounge pants. I mean, it's thinner, but I think that, I don't know, that may work. Anyway, I'm excited to be working with these. And again, I had some in my stash already that have been in there when they had a big sale, I don't know, a couple years ago. I have like a rusty orange color and kind of a real warm ochre brown color that are in my stash as well right now. So, oh, I also have, I think, like an evergreen color, because when I was recreating that Meghan Markle look a while ago that had the it's the Maritime tee from Lisa & Co. with the Stanwyck skirt from Charm Patterns. I wasn't sure which one was going to be a better match with that wool, and so I bought 2 colors. So the one that I didn't use, I've still got that one too. So anyway, excited about those. It's just really lovely to wear and work with, and it works so well in our weather. Then in the sales section, you guys will recognize this. This is a rayon crepe, and I have used this fabric before from them. And I made a matching set. It was the Love Notions Harmony, and then I hacked the, oh gosh, I'm not gonna be able to remember it's the Love Notion, or Itch to Stitch, is it the Samara pants? It's her wide leg pant. I hacked those into shorts and made a little matching set. So I have some of this left over from that, but these are just all my colors. I love this fabric so much, and it sewed and went together like a dream. I think it would be a great button-up shirt. It had to be lined. My shorts had to be lined when I made them out of this, but it's a beautiful fabric. And so it was in the sale area, so I bought 3 more meters because I thought, well, I can use this for a few other things, because it's a great base fabric for me just to kick off all sorts of capsules, because it's got my like reddy orange in there, and then there's some blue, and then obviously my warm colors, and then this is navy, not black. So it was just too perfect. So I went ahead and grabbed 3 more meters of that, and it was on sale, so it was meant to be. Here comes the justification. This one was also on sale. This is a rayon crepe as well, and I got this for Ava. Isn't that cool? Just these really wide stripes. It is in her color palette. She wants a bias cut slip skirt for this. Very 90s. She can wear crop tops with it and her Doc Marten boots if she wants to. Or her Doc Marten brogues if she wants to. So we're gonna turn this into a skirt, a bias cut skirt for her. I think I have 2 meters of that, which is probably a little more than we need. But with bias cut, I just would rather have a little too much than not enough, so. And I could make her like a shell or a shirt or something if we have enough, because there may be some like odd pieces when we get the bias cut skirt cut out of that. And then I also grabbed this for her, it just screamed her. This is the one that had a little bit, there's like a brown spot on the yardage, it said. So they were selling this at deep discount, but my 10% worked on this one. Oh, Gidget. Guys, I have 2 doors that go into my sewing room. The one at the base of the stairs is closed because if people are going up and down those stairs, I just didn't want it to be loud while I'm filming. The other one that's in the body of the basement here is open. So Gidget just walked out that door and wandered the basement, and now she's scratching at the other door to get in when she could easily walk back around. She's so needy. Okay, so this is an embroidered cotton in this periwinkle. Again, I got this for Ava, and I don't even see any of the spots on the yardage, so I'm not really sure what's happening. But I would call this like a cotton lawn, and it's got these like, there's like an eyeball and like hands in the, you know, doing like a little heart. There's a star, and it says things like, what does it say? Now or never, and then one says take it easy. Just really cute embroidered cotton fabric and this beautiful periwinkle. And I'm going to try again, not until the spring, but try again to make her a tie front shirt with a bustier top. So if you guys have been following along the channel for a while, you know that I did a lot of wardrobe sewing for my daughter this summer, and I tried to do a tie front shirt with like a bustier top underneath, always to be worn together, with the tie front shirt kind of open with the bustier top, and then, you know, tied, cropped at her waist. The tie front shirt worked out great. I made it in a linen, and she actually wore that, and I made her actually a pair of matching shorts that she wore, although she doesn't wear them together. Are you gonna come up here now? Oh, does anyone else have needy dogs? Come on. Come on. Does anyone else? Oh, gosh. Okay, why don't you just get right up here in my lap? Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. Oh. Okay. I'm sitting cross-legged in the chair, and she doesn't want me to sit cross-legged in the chair because she's not comfortable. Okay. All right, now we're good. Good gracious. Anyway, the bustier top that went with that set it was a disaster. Like, it wasn't even salvageable. So we're gonna give it another go, and I think this would be really cute as that little set. So I did, and again, it was on pretty deep discount because it said that there's a brown spot that doesn't seem to wash out that's throughout the yardage every now and again. So, I mean, we'll just cut around it. And then while I was there, okay, so you guys know my, I've talked about it here, like how many outfits am I gonna be making for this wedding in Italy? But my cousin is, she's married now to a man from Italy, an Italian, and they got married, just a civil ceremony back last summer in New York, but they're gonna have like their big wedding in Italy in June of 2023. And I've got that beautiful silk gazar that I got off to Stashify that I am gonna use for a dress. But I was thinking, and I'm like, okay, I can't travel with that. That's gonna get crushed in a suitcase going to Italy. Like, that's not gonna work. So I think I'm gonna make that dress to wear to the Missouri wedding for that one. Or I think it's gonna be a 2-piece set. But anyway, and then my other Upton that I made from cashmere, I'll just wear that to something else. But anyway, I came across this blue blue lace. It's not, in fact, not silk. It's a cotton lace. And and it's my blue. It's one of my blues, my warm, bright cobalt blues. And I thought I may do one of those naked dresses, you know, where I back it in nude to me colored silk, which I have some, and do just kind of a sheath dress out of this. Or I could do a fit and flare, or, because I could use the Upton, but something that would pack a little bit easier, because this will be, you know, it won't get crushed, because the silk I'll be using will be like a crepe de chine. So something that would easily steam once it traveled from the US to Italy in my luggage. Anyway, so I grabbed that. So I'm gonna play around, and I've not done much with lace, and that sounds like a fun challenge. So you'll be seeing that, probably not for a little bit, but sometime before June, as I'm making my wardrobe for Italy, which is gonna be delightful. Okay, so that's everything I grabbed at the fabric store. And then, Okay, so this little shop here in Carmel, I had gone in there. Let me get it out first. So when I was in there and we were kind of talking about everything for the reception that they were gonna, where's the other one? There it is. For the reception that they were gonna host for us, I had my eye, and it is it, whatever, Kaffe Fasset or Kaffe Fasset. I'm probably butchering his name, but I love his designs that he does. And I had my eye on those, and you guys know that I've put quite a few different Farm Rio looks up on the ready-to-wear things to recreate. And I was thinking like, oh my gosh, this would be such a good pairing. Well, one of the outfits that I put up, it may have been my Love Notions patterns to hack, maybe? I can't remember. I'll have to go back and look. But there was a shirt dress, a very loose shirt dress with tiers from Farm Rio, and it was real bold, loud prints, but but different ones, you know, that were all encompassed in this dress. And I just couldn't get that dress out of my mind. And then Pattern Emporium released their Take a Chance or Take the Chance shirt dress, tiered shirt dress. And I was like, oh my gosh, those fabrics would work perfectly with that pattern, and I could recreate that dress. So I bought fabric for it. So I'm gonna be making a Farm Rio dress in this. It's gonna be cotton. So this is gonna be the bodice and the sleeves. And then I'm going to do the first tier. Well, actually this will probably be maybe the top tier, I don't know. I'm gonna do a tier in this one. It's gonna be so loud. And then the bottom tier, and this one. It's gonna be so loud, but I'm so excited about it. And these are, and again, well, these are quilting. So this is the, yeah, it's the Fasset Collective for Free Spirit. And this one is called Wisteria. It's a very thin cotton. Like it feels, I'm sure it is a poplin, like it's not as tightly woven as a lawn, but this is much thinner than a lot of the quilting cottons that I have been around. I think it's gonna make a great dress. So I'm putting those three in for that. But, you know, I'd gone in there planning for that, but we went back into the back room and she had some of this fabric, and now I can't remember what the designer was, and I don't think it's on, well, maybe it is. No, this one's not on the selvage. But it is cotton, and this beautiful, like, terracotta, not really, it's persimmon, maybe? And 45 wide, but this is a bottom weight fabric. So this is it's a loosely woven, but very thick. I mean, look at the selvage here. Isn't that pretty? But it's like a, you can kind of see the texture a little bit on there. And I just want a pair of pants. I was actually thinking the new cashmere pants that just came out, well, those are like a little bit nicer trouser. I bought that as soon as it hit, you know, my inbox basically. But I think this could be like a little bit more comfortable pair of those, or I could do it in my upland trousers from Itch to Stitch. I think that this would be a fun pair of pants, and that's a really fun bright color. And it's cotton. It's a loosely woven cotton, but it's pretty thick, so I think you could get away with it in winter as well if I did a full length pant. So anyway, I bought some of that. And then I came across these two. Well, I actually bought, these are both Warp and Weft, if you guys are familiar with the Warp and Weft. I've actually made Cashmere Vernon out of this Warp and Weft fabric, but in a different colorway. This is obviously not my color, but this kind of mauvey color. She had a little over 2.5 yards left on the bolt, and I grabbed all of it because with the shirt making class I'm doing, I thought it would be helpful to have one made up in stripes, just to show how you can, you know, match stripes, but also different things you can do with stripes so that you don't have to match, you know, things you can put on the bias and how to do that. So I wanted to have a something to show for that. So I did grab this fabric, and it's gonna go to Jenny when it is finished. So that one I bought for the class, so I had a purpose to buy buying that as a sample, I guess, for the class. And then while I was back there, I just couldn't help myself. I thought that this stripe was just beautiful. And my daughter had seen a gal at church who had on it was a plaid flannel shirt, but it was just a boxy button-up shirt, but it was cropped, and then the bottom was left raw. So it had like, threads kind of hanging down, and she loved it. So we're gonna do something like that, but obviously this isn't flannel. I don't know that that shirt was flannel either. It was just a dark plaid button-up shirt, but we're gonna make her one for this winter in this beautiful stripe. So I got enough for a shirt for her out of that. And then this last one was an impulse buy, and I mean, I don't think I regret it though. This last one, I was checking out, and or she was cutting it for me and checking me out, but I couldn't see. There were fabrics that were in front of the cutting surface where she was cutting the yardage, and I just couldn't see them because people had been standing there getting their stuff cut. So when I got up to have my stuff cut, I was like, oh my gosh, there's some beautiful stuff up here. And I bought, and again, it's a thinner weight cotton. I think this is gonna be a cashmere Upton for the summer. This will sit in my stash until the summer. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, all the lint from the fabric. But look, it's got octopus on it. I was originally drawn by the color, and then when I got close, I was like, oh my gosh, those are octopi, all over that. And the weight, I think, would make a wonderful spring and or summer dress. So I'm gonna be making a cashmere Upton 100% out of this. Maybe the square neckline, might be a good one for that one. But you know how much I've really been enjoying that pattern. So that one was an impulse buy. Do I need an octopus dress? No, probably not. But is it gonna make me happy when I wear it when the weather is hot? Yes. So, so there we go. So that'll be for next summer. And those are colors I like to wear in the summer as well. Okay, that's everything. Everything that I have bought, I feel like I do great on not buying any fabric, and then all of a sudden it's just like my impulse control goes away. Although I do have plans for all of it, but you know how it is when it comes to fabric. Anyway, okay, so I'm very hopeful that I'm just gonna be able to sew this weekend. My daughter's having a little get together this weekend, just a very belated little birthday party gathering for her. She just wanted to have some friends over for like a little cookout, s'mores and that sort of thing for a few hours. But other than that, I'm really hopeful that I'm just gonna be able to sew and just be creative and just let myself recharge. So yeah, that is my hope, and I hope that that happens for you as well. Just a reminder, if you're interested, I mentioned it on Tuesday, but I have signed up and purchased the class for Aronica Cole's projector sewing class, which is gonna be on November 12th. It's a virtual thing. It's like a live virtual thing, and she is going to teach me and everyone else how to do projector sewing. It is something I've wanted to learn for a really long time, and I've found it overwhelming. I know that there's Facebook groups and stuff out there that help you do that, but I've just found it very overwhelming. I don't know why. Anyway, I've signed up for the class and very excited about taking that. She is Needle in the Bell over on Instagram, but I will leave a link down to her course. She sent me a link. I reached out to her and just said, this is such a great idea. I signed up for it. I would love to promote it on the channel. So anyway, I've signed up, paid for it with my own money, and if anyone else is interested, I do have a link for you down below if you're also interested in learning how to set up for projector sewing. So anyway, I'm finally doing it. It's my goal in 2023. One of my sewing goals for 2023. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Get some sewing in. I will see you on Sunday for a video on pattern matching plaids, because I'm going to be making the Aria shirt into a shacket. So I'll be talking through, I'm just basically sizing up, but I'll talk through kind of how I'm doing that, why I'm doing that, and then show you how I cut out my plaids. All right, that's all I've got for today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you again on Sunday. Bye.